Alright. I hope there's not disturbance to my microphone, because if there is, I will be very pissed off. And to my knowledge, there is not any disturbance at all. It all sounds splendid. Alright. Now where are we at? Oh, is that a fancy little camera over here? It's just my phone I'm using. You can see there's quite lag because I'm using a software that transmits camera through the internet, so that's why there is so much lag. Hey, it's not that lag. Okay, fine, whatever. So yeah, welcome to the stream. And this is not my map. I was just browsing, by the way. It's not some weird flex that, oh, look at my map, this is a nice map right here. It's not my map. Do not worry about that. Alright, so welcome to this stream. It's a very weird stream. I just decided randomly that, you know what, I'm gonna create a map, and that would be a fine decision to make if I had something, if I had come up with something for the map, but I have not. I'm just randomly decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a map of what? I don't know, of something apparently. But something hit my mind, right? Something very brilliant hit my mind. If you do not know who this person is, then it's very bright. Then you might not know who the mistress of maps is. So this person, Devin Drew, they make maps, right? And you might know them from you might or might not know them. This is the person that created the map for Critical Role, which is an online series of Dungeons and Dragons. So the thing about this is, right, this person, they sell downloads. I think these are the free ones, but so there's a pack. Yeah, so they sell this map for $5, right? It includes this map, different versions of it. One with the text included, right? One without the text, but just with the label included. And you can then, you know, put your own text onto the label. And one with no text, no labels. It's a free open map. You can do whatever you want with that map. And then there's a colored version of the same map. I think, yeah, it's basically the colored version of that map. So these are, I think, if I'm not wrong, a hand-drawn map. So yeah, it's hand-drawn. So for $5, this is not bad at all, right? You get one map for $5. For what I'm doing on my own Fiverr gig is I'm selling one map for about $10, and mine is nowhere near this quality, and it's not even hand-drawn. I use Incarnate to place stamps onto the map, and I just call it cartography. It's not that much of a cartography, but you get my point. And then there's Devin Drew selling maps for $5, hand-drawn maps, beautiful maps. So this is a map pack. So what I thought was I could create something like a map pack for myself, right? Let me quickly show you what I mean by that. Let me switch scenes for now, and let me I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go back in time, so you know I'm heading way before my commission work, right? All right, think I'm just in time for this. Alright, so you can see these are some of my maps. Fun fact, my first ever map that I created was very bad. It is terrible. It's a terrible map. It gets the job done, so it's not broken or something. It got the job done for my first one-shot campaign, but it's very bad. This is unknown area over here for some reason. This is very weird. I don't know why I rolled with this map, even though I did now. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you. After I bought the pro version, I made a few maps, including this. I think it's cloned one. There's a new one. There is an original one, guys. Please. Yes, this is an original tavern map. This is one of the first maps that I made with the pro version. Nonetheless, I got into this world, right? And I think this is the time I started watching Critical Role, and just the huge expanse of the universe and the world that Matt Mercer created. I was like, you know what? I think I can do something like that, right? It's something similar. And so I created this piece of shit called Isera, which, by the way, geographically doesn't make a single sense. But then I thought, you know what? It's fine. I'll just have it as it is. And so I ran about. Oh, by the way, look at this beautiful river right here. What is that thing? What is that thing in the bit? Huh? Anyway, and what is this thing as well? Anyway, so then this thing that I named for some reason on the left, you can see that it's called Odrith. I was like, I'll use it in future sometime. I created a backstory that how Isra and Odrith are connected. They have a same king that ruled them before. And so I was like, you know what? It would make sense. Like, you can check the geography of Odrith, and that's how I created this map, Odrith, with the pro version. So this is my first attempt at creating. Actually, this is the parchment version. Let me show you the original version of the map. Yes, this is the original version I created, and with this expanse, it was the same king, by the way, the same person that ruled Isera but lost power in Isera, and now his only dominion is this massive continent called Odrith. And there are multiple cities in between, right? There's a no man's land to the left with volcano for some reason, and you can see even this does not make a whole lot of sense. I mean, it is better. It is much better than Isera was, right? But even this does not make sense. Like, what is this weird mountain range? Where are the other mountains? Why is this desert here? It doesn't make sense. Deserts don't just spawn randomly. They have a particular reason, right? And there seems to be no reason. There has to be at least a mountain range near it to block the clouds and, you know, make it a dry zone on the other side of the mountains. Nothing. I just random hills and trees, but at least it looks better than Isera. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start making maps for each city and each town, right? And that will make it look a lot better. And I will have like an entire map pack, like an entire pack of maps, like the world map. And I'll be prepared for whenever my players decide to go into each town or city, they would have a map at ready, right? And so you see this map, and then I created a parchment version of it for some dumb reason. I started creating regional maps, right? Now you can see in here there's this town called Refbury, which is supposed to be, by the way, the capital of the Northern Kingdom. It's supposed to be the capital of the Northern Kingdom. So how this is divided was, beyond the mountain ranges, it's the Kingdom of Refbury. Below the mountain ranges, it is the Kingdom of Guanha, like literally the rest of the map. And so there were two capitals, Refbury and Guanha. I was like, you know what, I'll make Refbury look like a capital, and that's how I made this. It's a very beautiful map. I don't really appreciate my own maps a lot, but this one is just like, this is chef kissed, right? Just, it has everything. except for scaling, because scaling, I was not that good at scaling. Nonetheless, it looked good, right? It looked good. It serves a purpose. Very few people, by the way. It should be very crowded, but it's not. It is fine. But I made this map, and this just gave me a lot of motivation to work on more maps for this world that I've created, Orith. And so I went on a spree of creating more maps. Oh, I also forgot this map, Vetkoga. So this is one of the villages in the northern kingdoms that I created, and it's a fair map. It's nothing special. And then there's also Kadatrios, another one of those northern kingdom maps. It's another map. But then I create this beauty. It's a farmstead. It's literally right here in between the mountains. It's a very small farm. It's a very small village, you could call. And then I went on a spree of creating random maps, like Sindao. It's a very small town. It's between two cliffs. We can't see the cliff on the right side. This was my idea at first, was to create maps. These maps to just give a visual cue of what the town looks like, and then beyond this map is just, it's up to the players or the creator's imagination of how they want to put things into position. This was just like a base map, right, just to give an idea of what it looks like. Same with this town, Seville. It's supposed to be an eastern town, not in east at all, by the way. Seville is, I think, is in the west. It's almost like Midwest, so it did not make sense. Like I was just making it for the sake of making it. It looked decent. It's just fine. It's not bad. I make another temple. I think it's called the Mother Stone. It's a temple in Orith. It's the only temple in Orith, I think. Other than that, I think the only good map I made was this elven town, Felnorris. It's not even the elven capital. I think it is the elven capital. Like, this is the largest city that houses the most elves inside the walls, and you can see outside the walls you see normal buildings, because it's a normal town outside the wall. That is how it got divided, right? For the first time, elves are the superior race and not the humans, not the other way around. Nonetheless, I stopped making more maps for this. I think I created only one map after that. No, that was the last one. The Felnorris was the last one. But I'm not going to work more on this map, because this map, this order, does not make a whole lot of sense, right? It doesn't make that much sense. I would rather create a new world and make an entire map pack for that world. So that is my plan for today. That is my plan for today. What the fuck am I talking about? But the thing is, I'm going to create a world map. I'm going to randomly place, not randomly, sporadically place cities, towns, villages onto it, right? Create some points of interest like valleys, cliffs and craters, and write a brief backstory as to why that crater exists and why this valley exists. And I'll write notes. So apparently in Incarnate there's a tool for creators, for designers, for DMs to add notes, and which will be helpful. So we'll as we go by creating our map. Ouch. Oh my god, give me a second. Oh, I'm sorry, there was a bug there. I had to get rid of the bug. But anyway, what is this heading 1 and heading 3? Oh, these are the formats. I can insert links as well. I could strike through, I could underline. There's a lot of things here. Anyway, so that's my plan, to create a world map and to put notes in and to put towns in, put names for it. And as I go by, I'm not going to make a massive, like, look at this, there's a lot of, it's saturated, it's too many towns, too many villages, it's just too many things. So I'm going to make a huge world. That's not not gonna not make a huge world. Of course, I'm gonna make maybe not that huge. Maybe as huge as this world is, which is not that huge either, but enough to make sense, right? The scale should make sense. And so once I make that huge world, I'm gonna put down towns, and I'm gonna start making maps of each of the towns, right? And not just towns. It should look like a sketch. It should look like a reference for that town. Just like But you can see this is not the entire town. There's buildings beyond, further down to the west, further to the north, to the east. You can already tell it's more of a village area, or towards the top right area it's more town buildings towards the bottom left, and it's probably more military quarters to the top left, and maybe a few more jungle area to the bottom right. So this is not the full extent of the city, but this shows a small scale version of the map to give an idea of the city. So that is what my plan is, to create a world map, and then I'm obviously gonna make either parchment. I think I'm gonna roll with parchment world rather than what would you call it? The world style. I think I'll use trees from here, right? I'll use these trees for the mountains. I'll probably use the parchment mountain because they just look so good, right? The hills, they just all look so good. So right now I'm just gonna go on to explore tab, and I'm gonna look into the worlds, and I'm gonna see what I can find as an inspiration for my own world. And my ultimate goal is to, after I create the world, that is to combine it into one pack, like a zip file, a compressed file containing all the maps, and either a document or a text document containing a little bit of history of a lot of the points. This map looks good. Minus the text. I don't like the text, but that's fine. It's nice. Midpoint. Start a town map. Is it a Tudor town? Yeah, it is. It is Tudor town. It does look good. Green mountains, green trees, green. You can see there's a mix of parchment stamps and world stamps, which is great. I like it. I also like the attempt to make delta over here. Oh my god, holes! No, don't look at them. To Islands of Midfolk. Okay. Could I do something like this? Not this. Is this clonable, by the way? It's not clonable. I was thinking, like this idea is very nice. Like blending the parchment texture and the water texture to indicate that there's a lot of things beyond all of this. But better yet, how did they make this arrow? It doesn't matter. Better yet, I could create land beyond this continent, but it's all parchment. It's all covered with parchment texture to indicate that it's not important right now. That could be done. That sets off for a second map as well. By the way, massive city. Great city. What is this? Dune Wind. Oh, Raja's Menagerie, Dune Hall, Fisherman's Dock, Temple Academy, Market, Tavern, Jessamine Shrine, Farmland. Land code. This looks nice. Yeah, not what I'm looking for. Looking for massive. Oh, look at this world map. Where for it? Oh, dude, look at this. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I wish I could create something like this. It's very hard to do it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, which I apparently do not have. Oh, I could just use I could just use clouds. Yeah, I did not think of that. I could use clouds to shadow off the rest of the area that I'm not going to use. Yeah, this looks nice. The Ash Sea. 1 hex is equal to 40 kilometers. I do not see the hex though. Travel is equal to 1 hex per 8 hours. I would if there were any hexes. What is the second floor? Fort Blackwall. Damn it. People are so talented when it comes to making maps with Incarnate. Even this, look at this. How beautiful does this look? Carol Lake Basin. Even the rivers look so damn good. Ah, damn it. Hosden Keep. I might just end up doing something like this actually. This reminds me of a parchment map that I just saw a few moments ago. I'll show you what I was talking about. Oh, this looks nice. Okay. So get it back a little bit. Valgorin. Let's look at just fantasy world maps. Regional Classic. Can you even make Regional Classic anymore? I think that's the style is gone, right? Pretty sure that style is gone. Alright, let's try to find a decent Regional Classic map. This one. And let's clone and edit it. And see if I can use the stamp, because the style is gone from the page. I cannot use it anymore. Or else I would have loved to use the stamp, because it does make it look like a very more hand-drawn than the Fantasy Regional HD. So if I were to go for archived, I don't know why this is archived. Yeah, see, there's a lot of things here that I could use, which look very nice. But while we're at it, let's take a look at this map. It does look very crowded though. This crowded map, but I guess that's the intent. It's fine, let's just return to, oops. Yeah, so I was talking about the map. It was this map. See, I'll make something like this, right? And then I'll make maps for this. We'll write a short campaign, a very short campaign. We'll write story as well. So yeah, on to making this one. Can I clone and edit this one actually? I want to see the scale of the mountains, so I'll have an idea of how big this map is. How big is This is 100, right? This is 160. It's 200. It's 200 as well. $60. As it gets close, it drop down the value to its original. It's like 150, 100. It should have been 100, right? No, never mind. Yeah, it's fine. So let's create a new map in Parchment World, and I think I'll make it a 4x3 map. Yeah, that's fine. Don't really need to make a 16x9. It's like a 1920 by 1080 map. It's fine. Let's make a 4x3 map, short and quick. But yeah, that's my plan. So I'm gonna make a website for my maps specifically, and yeah, I'll start selling my maps. If that makes sense. Oh, my t-shirt it's not black. Oh, it's not black. Alright, so let's add ground first. I could just do this. Boop. Yes, it did work. Thank you. Thank you, Incarnate. And I could start putting down large mountains, I think. I think the first thing to do would be to check out how this nodes work. Right? What is this? I'll click here. No title is test. This is a test note. Save. I can move it around. Right? Go back to notes. It's nice. Alright, so note things. Well, alright, so we first want to make design really. Plan out a mountain range. That's how I usually go by. I just go into the part tool, and because I'm sort of kind of now used to 2A1B, I know the color that I want. I'll select this, and I'll just draw out this is the mountain range that I'm looking for. I'm trying to make a makeshift what do you call it, basin sort of map that I just came across, something like this. You know what, effect's sake, I'll subtract, go to grid, actually show grid, make it this. Yeah, I think I'll remove, go into subtract, nope, that's not what I wanted. Right, so that's the plan, to stick inside this circle, and then later on, ouch, mask effects, we don't want that, we don't do that here. And now I can happily place my large mountains. Well, actually, before we do that, we still need to plan the, it's fine if it goes beyond this right now, So the plan still sticks to being something like this, right? And then one over here, so a little bit parallel. One that comes from a little bit outside and comes and joins in here, and one that comes in from here and joins in about here, right? Maybe it's a little bit further down the road. It creates a huge basin in between the two massive mountain ranges. This is fine. What we can do about this is actually delete this thing, right? And go to the path tool again, and then boop, export it down a little bit further on the road, and then just naturally make it look like this. Alright, I think we have our mountain range at the ready. So the best thing to do is to practice, is to start placing at a certain distance, right? It shouldn't be equidistant at all times, by the way. It's fine if it goes a little bit off from time to time. It's supposed to look natural at least. Alright. This is a very nice trick you can practice for yourself. Even if you're trying to hand draw your maps and mountain ranges, just draw a very light guideline, either with a pencil or if you're drawing digitally onto a layer that you can delete later on. I think this is the last one. Alright, I think we have our mountain range ready. Now I think what I'm going to do is gonna go and select just a path, right, and move them down to the lowest row. Don't miss anything out. And now I'm going to go and select the normal mountains and start placing them in at fair random, pseudo random places, so it looks like the range is spread out quite a few times, right? Right, and now that the normal mountains are here, actually I'm going to put one over here as well. Let's go ahead and put small mountains at the foot of these giant mountains. Or to make it look like it's tapering mountain range, because ranges don't just occur from out of thin air. Like this is fine because this is kind of trying to show outside the map area, but for everything else they start off pretty small. Like I'm gonna put smaller hills over here that later are gonna transform into a massive range, right? If that makes sense. So we are trying to create valleys into through these ranges, which soon are going to look pretty decent in my opinion. Yeah, so this range looks good. It's not the best. It's not the best. Yeah, I think that should do it. And I think I'm going to delete this one. It looks a little bit too parallel, and now I think it's this. Yeah, this does look better. Alright, so I think after you're done with the mountains, it's time to place your foothills. So that there's two different types of hills, right? Already in here, the big hills and the small hills. What I use the big hills for is to make a hilly area with open grasslands, like hilly grassland area. With small hills, I'll use them to between my mountain range to make it look slightly more tapering, right? A bit like this. Just to add in between where it looks a little bit jaggy. It looks a little bit better with the added hills. So you can see how it hill, small mountain, little bigger mountain, big mountain, large mountains up there. So that is how your mountain range technically should look like. Even this is not very realistic at all. But this kind of keeps the balance between realistic mountain ranges as well as mountain ranges that look good on a map and not just big chunk of rocks. Right, clusterfuck of hills over there. It's fine. So I think the next thing to do is add bodies of water. I think what I'm gonna do is start off from here. I'm gonna move these things in, not to rotate. Move these things in, thank you, and create a subtract, and I think maybe 5, and reduce the size of the brush. Yeah, and start creating. It's almost like a valley lake that is formed by these giant mountains. It's fine to leave some islands off, by the way. Make it look a little more natural. Maybe some islands just dissolve, just go. Create one over here as well, actually. They're very fjordy hills or mountains. Let's create this little giant lakes in between that they pump water into. And looks clean enough. And now it's time to add rivers. So rivers, I think, is a work of art in itself, right? You start off with a small diameter of your brush, and you increase as you go by. Forget about realism for a little bit. Just, make him look good. Can you just this river right here? It looks decent, right? It looks decent. We're gonna add more rivers into it, so that it looks. It's not how you add rivers into it. Let's add a little bit of a parallel river over here. So this thing makes a little bit of more sense than it would have normally, right? So it's a little thick over there. And for this river, you're gonna have a little bit like this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And for this river, I'm gonna go and then just. Oh no, that's a very rapid increase. something like that. I'm gonna clean this off so it looks natural. That does not look natural at all. Looks a little bit natural, just a little bit. Yeah, cool. That is cool. So that is technically how rivers work. You don't need to get too deep into that. Alright, so let's make this a little bit. It's just not smooth hand. You need to have a very soft hand with this, by the way. Nope, does not make sense at all. It's fine. It's fine if your rivers don't make a whole lot of sense, by the way. Nobody's gonna judge you for your rivers. Unless you are on Reddit, then you get thrashed for having bad rivers. Alright, I think the rivers are good enough. I need to just fix these rivers that look like they came from the same spot. Try to block off the origin a bit, so that it isn't too obvious where the river came from. It came from the mountain somewhere. I don't exactly know where it came from, but it came from somewhere. Everything else over here is fine. Alright, also don't forget to save changes. So before we save, let's have a name. Let's have a good name for our world. Basin names. What do you call it? What do you call basins? What's a basin, by the way? Depression or dip in the earth's surface. The major types of basins are river drainage basins, structural basins, and ocean basins. Names. River basins. So it should show up somewhere over here, right? River names, road names, river names. Craft names. Reef names? A valley, how about that? Waterfall names. Cascades, Hilron Cascades. French name. South Surprise, South de Togon. Tognan jump, Sound de Tognan. I guess I could make use a French name. Shoot croissant. That's not a good name. Are there names, basin names? Is there a river basin name? Should be somewhere, right? You know, I'm just gonna take a river name. How about that? River names, and then use it, call it the basin. Darswell Basin. Darswell Basin. Just call it Darswell. Save. Name it Darswell. Darswell. Right. Oh, you have a good start. Alright, so I think my next task is to remove the paths and start placing trees. I think that would make more sense. Start placing trees, and then I think trees and then points of interest first, and then cities later, and then I'll start adding notes for the points of interest. Alright, so let's remove all the paths because we're done with the guidance, the mountain ranges. This looks decent enough. Let's start adding trees. Do shaded trees. Oh, you're gonna color this, right? Let's jump into fantasy world and use colored trees itself. Pine trees? Yeah, let's go for pine trees. Alright, let's go 10 area. That's a lot of trees, dude. 60. Does this look good? Yeah, I think 60 does make sense. I think 10 area might have been overkill, but I think it's fine. I think we'll manage just fine. Right, and I think now I would start putting down the big hills. An area, yeah. It's very big for some reason. And I can start placing small hills on the foot of these massive hills to make it look a little more natural, Plus it'll help me add trees later on, and I'll tell you what that means later on as well. So can we play some Witcher music? There it is. Oof. Alright, and now I think start putting down further trees. It's 3. 60 area is still fine. And they might look a little odd for now because we're placing them onto the parchment texture, but the ones we add a grass texture to the foreground, it's gonna start look amazing, trust me. This is how I usually make parchment world maps, right? This is my general process of doing so. I love putting hills and then putting forests onto it. Trees onto it. It makes the hills look lively. It indicates the color of the hill. If it's a brown hill, I'll usually leave it alone. Probably no trees onto it. So this one tree in here does not represent one tree in real life. Like if I was to make a map of real life, one tree represents like a bunch of trees. Like it's like a 50 to 100 trees. This one tree. That's why even if it looks like a very scraggly forest, trust me, it's pretty dense. It's pretty dense in there. I think diagonal is the way to go. Just to make it look like. So don't forget to save from time to time. After I'm done with the trees, I'm gonna save. Hopefully. Right, and now time to add a little bit of forest area in this. So just start painting, just add more trees and bring it closer to the bank of the river to indicate the source of the water, to give an idea where it came from. Make it look very random and very natural. That's how you usually should do it. And it's fine if the trees start mixing together. It's supposed to happen. Alright, looks good enough. Let's save. It's 173 changes. But yeah, while it saves, it's not gonna take a long time though. I'm gonna start adding color now to the foreground, so we'll add a nice texture onto it, and then I think I'll add points of interest, cities, and then I'll add the rest of the land in to make it look like there's things further beyond the map. It's coming up real nice. We might just have ourselves a real nice small campaign over here, a small basin and Darswell. Right, now that it's done, start painting. In green, I think I'm gonna use fantasy world textures like this grass. Yeah, this grass itself. And you know what? I'm gonna use 50. I think this looks good enough. Alright, so next thing right now on my mind is to start painting the mountains a little bit with a darker tone, like brown, like a wasteland brown, right? So bring this down to 5, something like this, and then start painting these mountains. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take it back. About here. Right here. Yeah. I'm gonna start painting the tip of the mountains. How about that for a change here? They look good. Partially brown mountains. Let's paint the bottom area with something a little bit lighter brown, right? Just make it, turn down the opacity so it blends in real nice. Maybe won't have a problem with this, right? Right, I'll show you what I mean. So now it's 0.5. Just drop it down to 0.25. Blend it nicely. I think 30 would make sense though. 0.3 that is. Oops, this is my brother right there. Yeah, it looks half decent. Looks just fine. While I'm making this map, I'm thinking of what could be the plot hook for if a campaign is to take place in Darswell. What would be the reason the players would have to come to Darswell to be here? At first I thought it could be a runaway bounty hunter. Sorry, a runaway bounty that multiple hunters are now kind of, forced to work together to now defeat this monster, this evil person. This is very time consuming, by the way. So yeah, in case you thought this doesn't take much of your time, you were mistaken. I think tonight's stream is going to end up making the world map, and then in future, someday, we'll start working on the rest of the city maps. Damn it, it's a lot of time. Streaming for how long, by the way? It's about an hour, right? Isman was battling with yes, I clicked twice. With the parchment color as well. I was like, why is it brown up here? It's because the parchment texture didn't get completely overlapped by the grass texture out here. Alright, now let's do 30 again. 0.3, my bad. Let's start blending in. Tap, 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 tap. Blend, 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 blend. Looks so nice when you blend, by the way. Oof. I'll just save. I have a bad feeling right now. I don't know why I had a bad feeling. Hey, G-Inc-H-E. Sorry if I spelled that wrong. Welcome to the stream. Where are you from? I'm from India. Where are you from? G-Inc-H-E. It's not taking that much time. Today I was working on a map which had more than 82,000 stamps in it, and it took about 20 minutes to save the map, which is very annoying, but fair as well because it had too many stamps. Alright, let's continue with the blending. It's pretty routine to do it on stream. Oh, it's not actually. I mean, it's nice to do it on stream actually, but I don't stream that often. I should be. I do not get time. You're from Europe. Oh, that is nice. Hello to Europe from India. Indo-European. That's what we are actually. A lot of European DNA in us. I missed something. Oh, this big bugger right here. A little bit actually, not a lot. Okay, let's move on to the other mountains. Down here. Oh, this is taking a long time. More time than I thought it would. But that is manageable. Completely manageable. Also, I'm leaving a few mountains and hills in. That is totally fine. It's not necessary to blend in / paint everything. Also, can I just turn off the grid? It's getting a little in my way. Okay? So, G-Inc-H-E. How do I say your name, by the way? Do I just always have to say G-Inc-H-E? Or is it Ginkhi? I'm not sure. Right. I'm just gonna speed run at this point. Why are you doing this? Just like it? Yeah. My plan is to make this world map and make, put cities inside, not cities, like towns and villages inside it. Make maps for each town and village. Make a small campaign out of it for my Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Either I'll use it or I'll put it up on my website for anybody else to use it. I was thinking about selling it, but this is too small scale to be able to sell. So I'll put it up for free. I'll create a neat document because I have time on my hand from my client projects. A little bit, not too long. I'll soon be back onto work. But while I have time, I'll work on this. And also I like it. Making maps is very fun. It's very nice. I enjoy it a lot. It bridges the gap between creating your own world and just playing in it. Playing either Dungeons and Dragons or any other high fantasy game. I was sort of making my own high fantasy game or something, but that's a project for future. Are you interested in Dungeons and Dragons? Do you play often? Have you ever played it? Do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Alright, I think all the mountains are done. I'll start blending in further grass area, I think. I'll put a little bit darker grass near this, near the mountains. No, I was about to say in the center, but not in the center. Near the mountains, I'll make it a little bit dark. I don't know how I feel about this though. Let's see, I can always revert back to the original. I think this makes the hills look more vibrant, which I think is nice. Then I don't know, let's see. We'll see. See as we go. No, me like 3-person RPG. What's a 3-person RPG? Is that a thing? Oh, 3rd person. I'm so sorry. Oh, you like 3rd-person RPG games? Are you a Witcher fan? I'm gonna assume you are, because that is one of the best 3rd-person RPGs out there, arguably. Okay, some people like to claim that it's not even close, but I like to believe it is. Oops, that I overlapped the same area. Didn't mean to do that. Nope, not gonna use that green. It's a very bad green. It's not at all a good green. I think this should work, right? I think it'll make it. This will make it a little bit. Oh, it does. It does make it a little bit better. Right, I think this looks good enough. What else can we add? We could add red grass. I think I'll add it in the center a little bit with 0.3 opacity. Actually, I'm gonna make the brush size bigger. Let's make it 50, I think. That way it blurs out. Not in the center actually. I'm gonna get the edges. So it does look better when I do add other things. So I think I can make the water a little darker. This is very light water. Parchment Ocean 2. I think that should do the job. No, that's just grey. That is not good at all. This one? No, I think I'm gonna go for blues from this thing. I don't know. This a little bit darker blue, but it's very dark. Oh, this should work. Yes, mate, this does work. No, it does not. The river is not that visible. Green? No, it just looks bad. I think I have to go back to the original one. What was the original one, by the way? I don't know. Parchment 4? Yeah, it was 4. Thank you. The original is fine. Let's just stick to the original. Let's not touch just the water. So yeah, do you like Witcher 3? Have you played Witcher 3? Probably have. Did you enjoy Witcher 3? I'm gonna save it while you reply, and I wait for your reply. Right. Let's play some music. Some better music. Let's play some. Right, it just got saved. Right, let's now, I think, place points of interest. I think I've placed everything else. The only thing left is points of interest. I will use, yeah, so front POI, point of interest. Oh, a whirlpool. Listen to me. A whirlpool on the land. So best way to do it is luminosity. Yes. Yes. This is very weird, by the way. And it does make sense, right? It's a whirlpool on the land, and the sand kind of keeps turning inside. It's keep churning, and it kind of, anybody who falls in that whirlpool ends up somewhere. Who knows where? You can create a story for it, actually. Let's increase the size of the whirlpool. That whirlpool is very small. Make it at least 200. Yeah. It would suck all the life, by the way. So I would need it in a place and nothing else is happening. I need to delete these trees. Sorry, trees. Gonna have to go. Just move it a little bit over here. And now I can put in the jagged rocks. It's literally the same. What I wanted. The whirlpool of sands. it's off to the edge to Darsva, so that's not an issue. So other than whirlpools, what else can I put? A castle, a dark tower, pyramid, a temple, a volcano, world tree. Could put a nice neat castle in between the water. Yeah, right here. And best thing I could do is just add a few land. Right. She's at home. Castle, lighthouse, mausoleum. Okay, do need to go to bed. Good card creation for Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you. I'm glad you joined the stream. Are you French, by the way? I'm just gonna assume you're French because I know a fellow Frenchman who likes to call these maps as cards, because I think is what the thing is in French, cards and maps are both called cartes, like I think CARTES or something. So I think that's how I assumed you were French. If you're not, it's fine, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you for joining anyway. I'll see you soon. See what else we can put. A temple, maybe. A mausoleum. Yeah, I don't know about that. Nice little dawn village over here. And one right about over here. Actually, they would stay in the mountains, so not really anywhere else. Oops. About here. No, that's the wrong place to put. You know what? Fine. Or not. There's a lot of villages. We don't want a lot of villages. One village is fine. Matter of fact, I'm going to move it a little bit over here. Yeah, Fine, maybe one more village. Oh, here somewhere. Very close to the humans, by the way. Very scary close to the humans. And I think probably human towns. Let's put a human capital right about. Not capital. I want to put a large city. Oh, here. Let's put a city. Yeah, between these two rivers. Where the two rivers meet. Put a town closer to the castle. And put a fort. Out in the eastern area. Somewhere. Here. And then just, I think, 2 villages. Right over here. The 2 rivers meet. Very close to the door on one, and one right over here. To fill up this area. Right, I think I have filled... so that's enough towns and areas for a short campaign, I think. Might just be enough for a long campaign, who knows. But I think that's about it for the towns, villages and cities. And I'm going to reduce the volume, by the way. Okay, cool. Let's see if this one is real quick. It's taking a long time. It's taking a long time. Alright, let's start creating, start putting down roads. As a matter of fact. Start roads from here, I think. I think these parts do look good. I think I'm gonna take all the paths and make them white. Not working on a green background. And reduce the width to 1. Reduce the opacity to 5. This looks fine. Or it's still reduce the shadow completely and then bring it down to the color that I wanted. Right? 442 and B. Yeah. See, even this looks nice. Looks like a path. Yeah. Cool. I think this should do it. Unless I'm missing something, or unless there's a need for adding something else. I don't think there is. Then maybe a nice little windmill over here, indicating that it is a village. I think now it's gonna take time. Whew. Alright, meanwhile... Oh no, it's not gonna take time. It just picked up speed. From where? I have no clue. It just picked up speed from somewhere. But it did anyway, so... Alright, so I think now that it's done, I think now we can add the rest of the land in, can't we? Alright, yes. It didn't look as good as I thought it would, but it does look nice. The best solution, I think, would be to add borders. has to be a better way to put borders, right? Like Wonderdraft, it just adds border, not magically, but like. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more texture slash color so that it looks nice. Alright, just quickly save, and then I'll add a little bit more texture to the sides with like 0.3 opacity to blend nicely with the with the rest of the map, so it doesn't look left out. You know what I mean. I could have done this. Where'd it go? This thing. You like boom, add this thing, and make it go to the very back. Yeah, make it look like a map. But no, that's not what I'm gonna do. Alright, now let's take the brush. Let's take the grass. Make it 4, make it 0.3. Start. Oh, not the background. Sorry, foreground. What I've done is enhance the shit. Damn it. Alright, it's fine. It's completely fine. It's not a problem at all. Rather, we can now almost fit this, almost again, fit this thing over here. Right? Maybe need a grid. Right? About here. That could be a problem. Or it could not. Just roll with it. It's called dodgeball, right? I'm getting very silent right now, sorry. Bloodface Camp Scene, let's go. Map looks dope. I know, man. Thanks a lot. It was supposed to be a very small map, by the way. I expanded it onto it because I needed to add more elements. Like, you know, a freaking compass up here. Where's my compass? It's my beautiful compass. Here's my beautiful compass right here. About to add this shit right in the middle. Boop. Yeah. Or maybe, you know what? Oops. Where's the V on my keyboard? I can't. Oh, yeah, that's the key. Yeah. We could make it in a little bit over here. I completely ignored. I just got zoned into the map. Sorry about that. Alright, the compass is there. I could put like tentacle monsters around, you know, just for show. That does not look good. Alright, I think that's fine. Enough with the tentacle monsters. That's about it. That's about all I can do in the outskirts, to be honest. Well, let's use this. I just got disconnected, dude. Huh? Clearden, Farland, French names, Belfort, Roban, Oryx, Belfort. Belfort sounds like a nice name for the capital. Not the capital, but like the biggest city. For the city, the biggest city. Let's make it small, 15. And you know what? Shadow can go. Howling, come back. Just can go back to white. Alright, Belfort. What else? Tavas, English name, Swancrest, Deerhall, Ravenstrand, Midcliff, Ravenstrand. Midcliff, Ravenstrand. I think Ravenstrand is a nice name for Dorwin village. I'm trying to, you know what? I think this has been done before. If it has not, good for me. That I'm gonna combine the dwarves and the Vikings in this world. So the dwarves are the actual Vikings. And then, you know, the raid is the small warriors that raided and settled Bamur. As it calls French names, English. Cloudwolf, Pontus, Baitan, Might Hand. Might Hand? Yeah, that sounds like a name a dwarf would. It sounds like a very Dorwin name. What's the spelling? Mighththand. Might Hand. Perfect. Right. Down to villages. Pondrest. Right? That would be for this thing. Pondrest. Because it's very close to powers. So, Pondrest. Let's see. Boris, Colmez, Van. Transport Martelly, Clausia. Spanish names. Gavil. Gavil sounds like a nice village name. So, yeah. I'm typing totally in dark, by the way, so I have no clue where my fingers go to. Let's name this little fort. Place names. Fort. Is there fort names? Castle names? Castle names, alright. So let's look into some nice castle names. Fowther, Whithall, Carmble, Riverdale, really? Galbury, Canely Hold, Canely is kind of important. Canely Castle. Chainlie. I was supposed to name the fort, but this sounds like a very nice name for the castle. Castle. And I think Canely is the town's name as well. Canely. For the fort, though, I think Whithall sounds like a nice name. Whithall. Delete this thing. And I'm gonna add a better title plate. Does not look good. It's not in the center, is it? Yeah, because of the curve, I think I'll have to... Yeah, that's about... as center as you can get. Do these things have outlines? They do. Alright, I think these are enough changes. What else can I add? I think that's about it. It's about time I should start adding I'll start adding notes so I know where's what's where. So I think a little scale should do the job. I don't know where should I put the scale. Should I put the scale over here? Doesn't feel like a good placement though. I think about I don't know, it's too close to this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting it here. Is this even the center? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the center. The very center possible. Let's start adding text. I think I should do. This is about. What's 100 miles? $160. I think, yeah, 100 miles. 0. So 20, 40, 60, 80, yeah. I think that should do it. That's it about. That's about it, right? Sea serpent. There ain't no sea serpent here. I think everything else is in and fine. Nothing else is needed. Right, here we have the final product ready for you to watch after it saves. But that, by the way, I'm going to sleep now. It's way too late. I didn't think it would take me this much time. It's almost 2 hours in. Damn. Right, it's good enough. The center of the screen, a little bit like this over here. Welcome to Doswell. Let me quickly add notes, and then we can head out. This right here is sand pool. It is a pool made into sand. This whirlpool is bound to swallow anything that enters it. Trying to type here. The end is it. Nobody. There is no end to this whirlpool. Cool. What do you want? The sand. Whirlpool. 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 It's fine. The whirlpool is added. The Canley Castle. This castle, Canley. Is it Chainley? Is not. This was built by Sir Canley. By King Canley, actually. No, this is King Canley. Off. I'm trying to find a name. A kingdom. Clayburg. To Belfort. after. We need a lake. We need a lake name. A name for the lake. Locked in sort. Calware. Calware Lake. Sir. Corey. Hampton Thompson. Blake Young, so Blake. Corey Young. Checked. To his architect. To Canley, whatever that thing is. That would do it for this note. Actually, to remind myself, I'm gonna name this Calware. Can you stop dimming? You know what? Fine. Lake. Calware Lake. That's the name of the lake. I'll think of the name for the other ponds, the other lakes later on. That is fine. I think everything else is fine. Whatever we need to... Yeah, that's about it. 3 notes. Let's quickly save. Alright, I think our world map is not a world map actually. It's like a very small province map. It's like one basin, part of a massive world. Who knows how big the world is. It doesn't matter, we're not going beyond this map anyway. But now the plan is to come up with a nice story, to come up with a nice backstory history. I think we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to sit for a few minutes, I think about 20-30 minutes, and discuss the history and start writing of what could have happened / will happen in this place, and then we can start making maps for the particular towns. We'll start with the city or the village, anything. We'll see how it goes. Right, that's it. That will do it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Also, it says be right back, but I'm not coming back. Okay, I'm going. So don't get your hopes up.